Good morning, everyone, and welcome to a special edition of ZFE, today's opening bell, or how we call it in Romania, ZFE Deschiderea De Astăzi. Today we'll be covering the most important transaction in 2024 so far, the Bucharest Stock Exchange, the listing of Premier Energy. Our main article on the first page of today's 9th of May edition. We have here with us the management of the company, Jose Garza, CEO of Premier Energy Group, and Petr, CFO. Good morning. Thank you both for being here today with us.
Good morning, Libby. Thank you for having us.
Good morning.
Good morning. Let's see. Capital increase is the main offer, along with shares being sold by the sole shareholder of the group of the holding. Walk us through the decision behind the listing. Why listing now? And if listing is the only way to attract development financing for the company.
Well, let me start. Premier Energy, we've been a very fast-growing company over the last 10 years. We've grown the business from a base of 0 to over 1.3 billion in just over 10 years. We know what we're doing. We've achieved very significant operational synergies. We've also managed to close over 25 transactions during the same period. So we believe that we have a young management team, a focused management team, and there's a lot of growth that we see in Romania and the region, and we would like the additional capital to continue to accelerate the growth.
What we are seeing right now at the Bucharest Stock Exchange is that we have some companies from this sector, from the energy sector. Why would someone select Premier Energy to invest in? Why not invest in bigger established players?
Well, again, that's exactly what differentiates us. We are private, we are flexible, we're young, dynamic, efficient, and we are forward-looking. We believe that this is where the opportunity lies ahead for us. And we have a track record, with an established track record. Each of our management members, not just the CEO and the CFO, but 1 and 2 levels down, each individual has had a very significant accomplishment as part of their CV. So we believe that we bring a lot of differentiation versus some of the larger and more established players.
Okay. Petr, what's your take on this?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's, we bring efficiency. We are a smaller growing player, more dynamic player, and we have some excellent people that are part of our team. I mean, it's about 1,500 team members that are part of the Premier Energy family, and every one of them, makes sure that they come to work every day, work hard every day to deliver some excellent results for our customers.
The dividend policy, dividend being one of the key aspects here in the Bucharest Stock Exchange. What's the dividend policy of Premier?
So we are going to be what's referred to in the financial circles as a growth and income kind of stock. So there's quite a bit of growth, but we will have income as well. And the dividend policy initially is 30 to 70% payout based on the consolidated net income number, which we think is attractive, especially given the growth.
Growth and income.
Yes.
That's a new approach for the Bucharest Stock Exchange, because so far we don't have a company who goes on this path. Let's talk about the energy sector, please, because what we've seen that it's a volatile one. How do you plan to hedge yourself against future volatility?
Well, I think, listen, if we think about volatility, there has been no worse volatility than in the last 5 years. If you go back to May, June 2020, we had the lowest energy prices that most of us have seen in our lifetime. Fast forward to 2 years later, and the summer and fall, especially the fall of 2022, we have the highest energy prices that we've ever seen in our lifetime. And it is that kind of volatility that you need to be prepared for. And hopefully we don't have that kind of volatility in the future. But, for us as a business, we are vertically integrated. So, there's different cash streams. Quite frankly, as a distribution business, you are almost isolated from the prices of the underlying energy. Some of our generation plants on the renewable side, they are also less vulnerable. And on the supply side, we tend to be very flexible. And so this is something that the volatility, we know it's there. maybe hopefully we don't have it as high as it has been historically, but we are ready for it. And we will always make sure that we are able to source the underlying energy as efficiently as possible, make sure we manage it as efficiently as possible, and then deliver value to our customers, which is at the end of the day what really matters.
Jose, how do you see the market volatility?
We see the regulation as being stable. We think the government has done a good job with the capping mechanism, and we're quite positive on that. It's, as you know, to be taken away in March of 2025. It would be a good situation if it would continue, but it would also be consistent with the EU to go back to an open market. So we are prepared for either situation. We can thrive in both a highly regulated price cap environment or in a fully liberalized environment where we've shown and demonstrated in the past where we've been able to gain market share and be profitable.
From the documents you published with the listing, we can see the capital increase being in the standard scenario 20 million shares, the funds remaining in the company. So my next question is, where would you invest the money raised in the listing from the listing?
Sure. So the proceeds from the IPO will be used primarily to fund acquisitions and developments of renewable production plants. So wind power plants and solar power plants primarily. We will also look at some storage in terms of batteries and some other things to balance the green energy. So it will be used for production of electricity in very efficient and renewable ways.
Did you initiate the talks with the possible acquisitions targets?
Well, we have been very acquisitive company over the last 10 years. We've completed around 20 acquisitions in the last 5 years alone. We just closed on 2 acquisitions, including the acquisition of Ches Vânzare in April. And we did announce an acquisition of an 80 megawatt wind plant in the Dobruja area a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, there's already actually an acquisition that will be used, that the proceeds would be used for. And we also have a number of developments that we are working on as we speak. So yeah, there's a pipeline of M&A opportunities as well as developments that we have to efficiently deploy the IPO proceeds.
Is Moldova investment a risk given the nearby conflict in Ukraine? How do you see the country?
Listen, we're very bullish on the Moldovan market. It is a growing market. We view the customers there as being very important. Most of them are bilingual, very talented, work very hard. We think some of the geopolitical risks, some of the catastrophic risk, if you want to call it that, we don't think it's all that much different than other countries in sort of Central and Eastern Europe. So we're very bullish on the market, and it's nice to see the Moldovan government supporting growth, and we're there to help it out.
Okay, Jose, what's your opinion here?
I echo what Peter says, but of course there are challenges ahead in Moldova, but that's where the opportunity lies, and certainly we continue to view very significant upside in the Moldovan market, especially as it continues to integrate closer and closer to Romania and the EU.
Let's talk about the regulations, the new regulations impacting your business. Is there any particular reason to be worried in this area, in the region, on let's say medium term?
No, not at all. We believe that the regulator has generally done a very good job under very trying circumstances, and we have full confidence that they will continue to do that. So we are fully engaged with the regulator. We have a very active dialogue, and they consult with us a lot of times prior to enacting any legislation. So we're not afraid of any changes that may come.
From what we've seen yesterday on the first day of the IPO, the retail investors, they subscribed almost a quarter of their allocated shares. How do you see the debut of the IPO, of the listing?
Well, we can tell you that there's been the retail investors, which have been very positive and a strong first day showing. We've also had a number of institutional investors that have come in, and we're talking to a lot of different institutional investors, both here in Romania as well as abroad. The offering is what's called a 144A offering, so it actually also allows US-based institutional investors to invest, and there's a lot of international interest and potentially demand in securities such as ours on the Romanian market. And so in many ways we are speaking to global investors that are interested in investing in Romania and supporting the country.
I think that's a first for a listing here at the Bucharest Stock Exchange, having investors from North America. Just a couple of more questions for you. What are your next plans after the IPO? Maybe are there any calculations regarding a possible bond issues?
We have not looked into any possible bond issues. I mean, the focus has been, quite frankly, on continuing to grow the business, continuing to serve our customers, and working on the IPO. But we have not looked into that far into the future. We'll assess that when it comes.
But Liviu, you bring up a good point, because as our business becomes greener and greener, I think we might be able to issue a green bond sometime in the future. Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. What anchor investors do you have?
We currently have 4 to 5 large anchor investors. We certainly don't want to disclose their names, but just with this core group of anchor investors, a very large percentage of the offering has been secured.
Okay. Yep. Thank you very much, and congratulations on your decision of being listed here on the Bucharest Stock Exchange. And I look forward to seeing you at the start of the transactions. When will that be?
So the offering will end next Wednesday, which I think is the 15th, and then the trading will happen, several days thereafter, and will be traded under the ticker symbol PE.
PE. Okay. We'll see you at the Bucharest Stock Exchange. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Liviu.
Thank you, Liviu.
I will now switch to Romanian for the closing remarks. Mulțumesc tare mult că ați urmărit această ediție specială a ZF Deschiderea de astăzi, în care am discutat despre listarea Premier Energy. Puteți citi în ziarul financiar de astăzi, atât pe prima pagină, cât și în pagina 4, despre prospectul de listare, despre detaliile financiare ale companiei, evaluarea, cât și debutul de ieri. Am văzut undeva la 25% din tranșa investitorilor mici că a fost deja subscrisă. Este un început promițător, spune un broker. Pe 15 mai se încheie oferta. Până atunci, tir întins la investiții câștigătoare. Numai bine!